How's it going, guys? Welcome to Monday's upload. I have I got a tiebreaker kind of thing I have going on with Hipster Chick. If you guys have been subscribed for a while, you've probably remembered, the name will be familiar to say the least. We've had, we're 1-1, and I was like, you know what, we'll do a tiebreaker. This was probably around like a week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And it was a really good game, if I say so myself. Well, it doesn't get good until like halfway through, but we'll go ahead and play it back right now. Alright. Now, looking at my team first off, I was like, standard stuff, and then I will bring Drapion and Roserade because I want to do the Toxic Spike Vanish Shock thing. But the problem is, Heatran's immune, Jirachi's immune, Starmie's natural cure, so I won't be able to, exploit that too much. Skarm and Dragonite, don't even touch the ground, so even regular spikes wouldn't even do the trick there. So the thing is that the only thing on our team that would be affected by Toxic Spikes, I don't want to stay in on. I don't want to stay on for Nip and, take anything it has to offer. So no Vanish Shocking this match. The only hazards I can get up this game, if I'm lucky, are the hazards that my Heatran has, because it's just a Stealth Rocking set. But I don't want to over-predict on the first turn, so I go to Latios to either take the... I was thinking the close combat, really, to be honest, but she is in a way better, position. She can, choose to predict or not to predict, do what she wants. She goes for the safe U-turn, just to keep some momentum, early game momentum going. And Latios is pretty much just going to be dead weight at this point, because it took a big hit, it really didn't need to. I'm kind of thinking that's banded, because I'm max HP. And, I don't know, it's also in the lead spot, too, so it could be Sash, but then again, I don't really think anything outside of a banded U-turn is going to do that much. I mean, it's super effective, and that's it. So... she goes for stuff. I think we're kind of here was pretty self-explanatory what happened. I think what happened right there is I predicted the switch out to Heatran, went for the Hydro Pump. I'm not really expecting a miracle out of a defensive Rotom, but it did a good amount, that's not terrible, so I might as well just go for it again. I think that's what I ended up doing, or no, I went for the T-Bolt expecting Starmie to come in, that's what I did. But the thing is Jirachi takes that just really stupid well, so that max HP, max spec D set that's floating around. And I don't know it at this point, but her team is kind of just based around being steel and bulky and shuffling around and setting up hazards. So that Heatran has rocks, it's almost an identical set to mine except that it has lefties instead of Air Balloon. And you can kind of see what's going on the screen right now. I've sped this matchup a lot, and I still find it boring as sin. Like I don't even know. Like I really don't. So body slam, lefties, stuff. There's after turn effects out the ass. It just has a really good ending to it. So we'll just go with that. But I mispredict, and I go for the Willows right there as opposed to just going for a Hydro Pump right there. I've only got 8 Hydro Pumps. I gotta watch them. So thing is that I still don't really think Heatran can do much outside of the Hidden Power Grass or Electric anyway. Except that the rocks, I did go for the Hydro Pump on that turn, and I missed. And just the luck is a little bit in her favor, but it's not dramatically to the point where it's going to cost me the game or anything at this point. So I decided to switch out, go to my own Heatran, thinking that she wants to, take advantage of the Flash Fire boosted Flamethrower, but she ends up going for the Roar instead to shuffle stuff around. So that also works. It probably would have been better for me to just go for the Hydro Pump again, get some damage, and then I would have had to deal with it later as opposed to making that. So that was a bit of a stupid play on my behalf. Make a couple of stupid plays in this game, to be honest, but she switches out here predicting the Earthquake. I was like, oh, maybe she'll think that my Drapion doesn't have Earthquake, except that's really super obvious, so yeah. Anyways, well, I'm going to switch out, because I'm going to go into Latios. I know rocks are up, so I'll barely be able to take this switch in, but the thing is I can Magic Coat, like, almost everything that Skarm has to offer, if it wants to taunt, if it's one of those weird taunt variants. I'm mainly thinking about Magic Coating back Spikes and or Whirlwind, getting a completely random switch in, but it doesn't work out. I don't know, she just goes out to Rachi probably expecting to take something, the Hidden Power Fire, just do what it does, because special defensive Rachi and whatnot. But she's just going to go ahead and take me out with the Body Slam. I set up the Reflect because I'm more concerned with that Dragonite. I don't know what it is at this point, but the pattern that I've been, facing lately is Choice Banded, so to have a Reflect up against that would be nice. So hopefully, we can make use of that Reflect. But she switches out as I go for the Fire Blast, or no I don't, I go for the Stealth Rocks. Go for the Stealth Rocks, kind of stupid. I'm thinking she might have brought that in both to scare me out and to go for the Rapid Spin. It's a pretty good multi-purpose switch, if you ask me. And I'm just going to go to Rotom right now because I know that I can take a Surf, I can take a Thunderbolt. Rapid Spin won't do anything, it's a fucking Rapid Spin. So I end up switching out at this point, going to Roserade, know that she's not going to go for the Ice Beam. But the problem is that I don't really know what I'm going to do at this point. I thought I was going to die here, so I was like, I might as well just go for the sub on the off chance he switches or over predicts or something like that, because Roserade is the weakest link on this team today, and that kind of sucks. But I sub, and it turns out that she does switch, which means I'm actually going to be able to get a free Leech Seed because I'm faster. Not really going to benefit too much, but if it's going to start roaring and stuff around, I mean, if it breaks my sub, then, you know, good for that. I can just keep sub stalling because I'm faster. And, you know, I'll Giga Drain if I have to get a very minuscule amount of health back. But she roars out, which means that the Leech Seed will be buffering the hazards to an extent. You know, not super, but it means I'll be taking a lot less. So I'm just going to be using this thing's own health against it. Now, the thing is I really wanted to go for the Earthquake here, but she still has Skarm, she still has Dragonite. I figured it would just be easier to just save to save Drapion for later until, you know, I got rid of that. And I do have Heatran, and I do have the Earth Power in this guy. So I didn't know what she was thinking right there, but I know that her set is Stealth Rocks, Flamethrower, Roar, that's about it. It's almost identical to mine. I don't know what that fourth move is, except I don't have Roar. I have Hidden Power, I think it's Grass, which is like, it does like nothing. It's Grass or Ice or something like that. If it's Grass, it would make sense that I predicted Starmie to come in, but if it's Ice, then, you know, it could have been Dragonite. I honestly don't know what's on that Heatran. I think it's probably Ice, but if it's Grass because Gastrodon moved up a couple tiers, that makes sense too, so. Either way, I made an over prediction. You know, I just ended up getting roared out. But, you know, I get all my health back, and she's going to hit me with a Flamethrower. Not going to do too much, and I'm just going to go for the Hydro Pump right here. If it kills, great. If it doesn't kill, Leech Seed will help me out a lot, and it actually brings it right to the range where she'll get some lefties, and then those are my lefties now. So I take back that health. I actually end up being all the way back at full. And then, you know, like halfway through the game, I think we're like 60% through this match, and it's honestly like the first kill of the game. It's fucking ridiculous, this game. But in comes Dragonite, and I speed up this portion because everyone loves watching a washing machine twitch that fast. But that is fucking hilarious. But this Dragonite just ends up Dragon Tailing and just giving me a really hard time. So in comes my Heatran. I try to go for the Fire Blast because I'm thinking, you know, multi-scale's broken. I should be able to do a decent amount of damage. Now, I slow it down here because this actually is kind of important here. Notice that little sliver of health it has missing, right? Now, I'm able to go for the Whirlwind before her Dragon Tail because they are on the same priority level, and I actually am faster than her because of, you know, natural base speeds and whatnot. But I go for the Earthquake now, knowing that she probably won't bring in Dragonite. She could bring in Skarm. I was like, you know what? I'm getting really pissed off. I'm probably just going to end up losing this game anyway. So it was kind of an uphill battle situation from here, and I was like, I'm going to go for the Earthquake. She predicts it, great. If she doesn't, I'll just fucking deal with it later. I was getting upset. And I don't even think I have my Rock set up anymore because I think she Rapid Spun him a little bit earlier ago. I go for the Crunch on the off chance Skarm comes in because defense drops on Skarm are also good. So in comes my Heatran. I want to go for the Fire Blast right now. I think I do end up going for the Fire Blast, but she protects just to get some more health back. The amount of after turn effects, just every time this Jirachi protected, I wanted to punch her right in the face, like twice. Like more than twice. It was fucking annoying. Anyways, I predict to switch out to Starmie here, you know, because Jirachi doesn't want to take a Fire Blast, and I'm a big fucking dumb fuck and over predict yet again. I don't even know what hidden power that is at this point. You know, I was either predicting Starmie or Dragonite. Both are still alive. This match is somewhat old. I don't even think I know what my own hidden power is. I was running under the impression it was Grass or Ice. So maybe, I think Wild told me in the call that it was Ice. I'm not 100% on that. But kills me off with a Surf. Now that we sifted through all that bullshit, okay, here's the cool part of this match. And I'm literally just gonna wait for it, because you know what? I had another Pokemon lying in the wings, and it is Metagross. There are two fairly unconventional things about this Metagross. One of them being that I have Thunder Punch on this thing. The other one being that my item is not Life Orb or anything like that. It's a Lumberry. And those actually do help me out. So I go for the Agility. I'm going to go for the Thunder Punch. She actually ends up going for the Spikes, you know, not expecting this critical hit. This is the one thing I needed, desperately needed. But, you know, because she didn't expect the crit, you know, I didn't expect it either. She sets up a layer of spikes and figures, you know, she'll just whirlwind out and do stuff. I think I had one other thing left or something like that. I'm not even keeping track. But the thing is now T-Punch is a 2-hit KO. That's one gone. Skarm's gone, thanks to Metagross. That little sliver of health missing from earlier means that Meteor Mash is going to be a 2-hit KO because, you know, stuff. reasons. Multi-scale being broken for one of them. Anyways, Dragonite T-Waves, and like the son of a bitch I am, I have the Lumberry. So that T-Wave's completely wasted, that turn was completely wasted. I'm pretty damn sure I can kill with a Meteor Ash from this point. And that is Metagross cleaning up house with 2 of these things. Now, if you're keeping track at home, she has an Infernape, she has a Jirachi, and she has a Starmie left. And I'm faster than all of them. Just keep that in mind. I mean, she could try to be faster with Infernape, but that's not going to work. And this Jirachi is more than likely specially defensive. I can kill with an Earthquake. I know I can kill with an Earthquake. So, I go for it. 3 down. 3 down with Metagross. And, I think the only other thing I didn't kill with Metagross in this match, spoilers, I kind of just take out the rest of her team. So, Earthquake on the, what I'm assuming is a Choice Banded Infernape, but because it's not Focus Sash, I just ended up taking it out. So, 4 out of 6, Metagross cleaning up house, just doing good. And then we're just right back to square one where I came in with Starmie and I just take it out with a Thunder Punch. So, Metagross with the late game sweep brought me back from a, what was that, like a 5-1 to a 1-0 or something like that? Good stuff, good stuff. Did I have anything left? I think that might have been my last one, so I don't know why she set up spikes. Did I have Roserade? I don't think Roserade died. I probably had Roserade left or something like that. I don't remember. But that spikes didn't really make sense. Anyways, that was a pretty interesting game right up until the end. I'm sorry if it was boring like midway through. But if you guys enjoyed it, you're welcome to go ahead and leave a like rating. You know, comment, subscribe, do your thing. That'll do it for today's game. I got to screen record some other ones, so if today really wasn't up your alley, I will have some better ones for you, you know, as the week goes along. If it already had this one recorded, I might as well just do it. So, TCGO, LP, got those things going on. Probably record a mosh pit thing going on tomorrow. And, I'll do it out of me. Thank you to those of you guys that, you know, tuned into the stream on the weekend. Those were pretty fun. Didn't really get a lot of material, still had a lot of fun, though. And, yeah, I'll probably stream later this week and stuff. So just keep sub boxes peeled for any content I continue to make. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.